Welcome to Answers from the Stairs, an off-the-cuff chat with Chris Vester. On this show, Chris provides insight on all areas of your life, whether it be your business, your relationships, or your health. Chris is a longtime business owner and coach looking to help everyone and anyone find their purpose and beat mediocrity. In his experience, he can teach anyone to reach their true potential. If you're ready to realize your God-given talents, then welcome to the show.
Are you willing to do what I did to do what I do? So, listening to the rest of John Maxwell's podcast about going from frustration to fulfilled, I heard him tell the story about a young fellow who was watching him on stage at an event, and after the event, he came up to John Maxwell and said, "I would like to do what you do." And he said, "You don't know what you're asking, because in order to do what I do, you've got to be willing to do what I did. You got to do what I did first." And it got me to thinking about a lot of conversations I've had over many, many years of new salespeople in our organization. When they look at the guys that are super high performers, and when I say super high performers, in our organization, that's a 25 plus car delivery per month average. And we've got a couple of guys that are into 35 plus. And they ask me, I want to perform at that level. And they come to me and say, how do I do that? So I go into some of the habits that those high performers have. Showing up early, staying late, working days off. And it's all these things that maybe some people say, well, that's not a great lifestyle. But they're making that choice. That's the choice they make. You know, I hear also a lot of people say, I've got to have a work-life balance. Well, I've never heard anybody say I've got to have a work-life balance and say, but I really need to increase my work because the life side of my balance is too heavy. It's always a reason not to work more. So I don't fault these guys for pushing their envelope of how much they can work. But most of those guys that have asked me that question either become, slightly above average or maybe average, or they don't make it at all. Because the did is too hard. So in order to do what I do, you've got to do what I did, and they don't want to do the did. So, it's easy to look at people in any walk of life and see success, but we don't know the climb that it took to get them there, or the work behind the scenes. So, my takeaway was exactly to be able to say that. Are you going to be able to do and commit to doing what they did? Because it's easy. There's three types of people. People that say, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Or people that say, well, I'll try it once or twice and see how it works for me. And that won't work. And then there's those that say, yes, I'm willing to pay that price. I'm willing to do that did every single day. And a lot of times you'll see the success of those high performers replicated not because there's a special talent, but there's a special commitment to the level of did. So, are you willing to do the did?
Thank you for listening to Answers from the Stairs with Chris Vester, and for using the insights you gained to find your purpose and strength in anything you do. Tune in next week for another chat with Chris, and don't forget that reaching your true potential is not easy, but it's worth the work to find it and live in it. Until next time.